Well, Anna, thanks so much for joining us. It's good to have this conversation about the important conversations that we should be having with our children right now. You're a psychiatric nurse working with pediatric patients. Our patients, our kids right now are dealing with so much change and so much loss of prom, loss of graduation, loss of interaction. How can we help them navigate?
The most important thing I would say is that right now our kids really deserve patience from us because they are experiencing grief. And that in this time of both grief and uncertainty, it's really very helpful to just bear witness to their frustrations and to understand that with those stages of grief, that with each fresh loss, they're going to kind of flow back and forth in through those stages of grief. And if you'd like me to talk a little bit about the different stages of grief, I can, so that maybe parents could recognize those. But just remember that bearing witness to their frustrations, because we are their safe harbor. We're the safe person for them to vent to. That is so important, to just offer them our kindness and our empathy in this time.
Right, because venting to us helps them process and heal. Tell us a little bit about these stages. We talk about this so much, but I'm not sure I know what they are and in what order to help better recognize them in our kids.
Well, the 5 stages of grief begin with denial, then anger, then bargaining, which is something that you may see with your kids, where because they have lost something that they had taken for granted or were really counting on, they may ask for something else from you, because such as an additional privilege or an additional level of trust as a way of compensating for that. So you have denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But with each new loss, they may flux in and out and experience those losses all over again. So those frustrations may be triggered afresh every time something changes, and there's an additional sense of insecurity with our times as they are.
I think that's really important, because when I've even been talking with my coworkers and friends, I have a producer at work. She has a 5th grader who now is losing the opportunity to rule the school the last semester before going to middle school. She's missing so many 5th grade milestones she was looking forward to. There's, of course, prom and graduation, but it seems with each extension that we're hearing from the governor and from other organizations in the schools, the losses continue to compound and add up and take longer than we expecting.
And that's where that sense of insecurity comes from. Kids just don't know what to expect. And one of the things that we as parents need to share with them is that we are your source of certainty. We are here experiencing some of these same phenomenon with you. And I promise you that it's not you your kids resent so much as the changing facts of life today. And so it's really helpful to remember not to minimize their grief or to make comparisons between the changes that are happening in their lives and the changes that may be happening in yours. Because as parents experience, for example, job displacement or working from home, there are those tensions that build where we sometimes ask our kids to grow up a little too fast, or to minimize their emotions because what we're experiencing is difficult and we want our kids to make it easier for us. And we need to be their sense of certainty in these times and actually remind them that we are going through this together and that we can grow through what we go through, and that this is an opportunity to practice the guitar or take the dog for a walk or learn to sew. There are a lot of hospitals that need handmade masks, and this is an opportunity to build a skill. And it can be a skill that can add to that resume that might help those seniors transition to college or transition to a first job. Just because something like learning how to make a podcast can really offer them an opportunity to grow through what they're going through.